Hello and welcome back to another video with Amualani. This is episode 7 of my Dwarf Fortress Let's Play Season 2. Now, episode 6.5, I did go in and set up all of these stockpiles you see here. I'm not going to repeat any of that here. If you're interested in why I set up the stockpiles this way, or how I set up these stockpiles, these are my weapon and armor stockpiles. You can go check out episode 6.5. That is all that is in that episode. All right. Going to zoom out here. A couple of things here before we kind of get into hitting play here. Oh, very nice. And we're going to honestly erase that. They don't need more of the tunnel. They are getting our barracks dug here. So I'm kind of curious. So Esm, he's a dabbling miner. I think we did add him to stoneworker working, but he is for now just going to be mining. We have added him to the military. We're going to wait a second before we get the military up and getting them assigned to training. I have a lot of mining projects that I want to get done, and I want to let the miners do their thing. Fishery worker is also... So fishery work and mining. So he's not going to have a ton to do. Competent miner. This guy, I did want to go in and also, he's an adequate gem cutter. I did not add him to the jewelry, which I'm going to do. I want him doing the mining for now. And then our manager, our chief medical dwarf, our expedition leader, and our sheriff are all mining as well. So hopefully we can knock out some of these projects. They are still placing all of the furniture here. Nice. One thing I did want to do is, I noticed at the end of my stockpile episode that I did the other feet armor, and then the rest of them were all labeled foot. That's going to bug me. So I'm going to go in and fix that. Foot armor. Low quality. Okay. Alright. And then I'm going to come down, and we're going to get some things set up for them to do. Now, we do have our trader that is coming in next autumn. They did ask for prepared meals, and we do have, we have 84 meat, and we do have some fish. We do have a fisher dwarf that came with that set of migrants that is actually doing some fishing. So here, prepare raw fish. I think I do want to up the skill to... Actually, I'm going to go in and look and see, do we have anyone who is adequate? Okay, yes. We do have a couple of novice fish cleaners that I kind of want them focused on other things for right now. So we'll let our fish cleaner there do our fish cleaning. Okay. So the fishery worker, competent, I think is... Oh, dang. I think we do have to let it be novice, because I think adequate is between novice and competent. Yeah, that's all right. Now the fishery worker, or the kitchen, we do have several cooks, but honestly, I kind of want to assign one cook and have them assigning the workshop to one cook. We can get their skill higher faster, which is kind of what I'm wanting. Yes, it would be nice for my other dwarves if they're wanting something to do to be able to come in and do that at a workshop, but I think I'll have stuff like that set up when we get the permanent floor set up. So I think we're going to do another 10 lavish meals. We'll do another 10 fine meals. And then on the easy meals, we'll go... You know, we'll stick with 10. But I think we'll actually go 15 on the fine meal. 10 on the easy, 10 on the lavish. And then we do have some of the skulls are coming in, or the shells are coming in. We do also actually have skulls in some of our butcher shops from the hunting. So I am going to come in. You know, we're going to do a temporary stockpile here in the hallway. It's not great, but just so that there's some place for those skulls to go, we'll come down, we'll do refuse, and we will do skulls all. And then we're actually going to set up for hooves as well. Come down to refuse, and we will do the horns and hooves, and we'll do those stockpiles are going to move. Those are temporary. This was skulls. But actually, yes, I say that. I really don't like them in the hallway, so I'm going to come paint them over here. And then we'll use the eraser. Accept. And then this one was horns, hooves, and we're going to paint over here as well. And then click the eraser. Now the reason why I had to click that eraser is we had it checked from the previous painting we did, and we didn't exit out of painting. If you want to be able to draw, you can check that eraser again. You can draw new stuff and then check the eraser to erase the old stuff. Okay, accept. Okay, now something else we're going to do is we are going to come in. We're going to get a furnace going for a kiln. Do this out of Gabbro. We are going to come in. We did get a couple of steel bars. I think it was just 2. Yeah, just 2. And then we do have like the rose gold and black bronze. I'm going to come in and we're going to assign a specific worker here. So weaponsmith, we do have a blacksmith. We do have a blacksmith. So our blacksmith, I'm going to grab, and I am going to assign him to make. As much as I would love to start making weapons and armor for our military, there's a couple of things that we need. We do need steel anvils, so I'm going to have him make 2 steel anvils out of our 2 steel bars. And I want to get that done now before those steel bars get grabbed for artifacts. Okay, so steel anvil. Okay, just double checking. Okay, and this is a blacksmith that we have assigned here. Once those are up and running, we are going to come up to the floor here. I am going to come in and we're going to turn these top priority on. We do need to make a couple of extra workshops in here. Reason being is the cages, to make the animal cages, those take like the carpentry or blacksmithing skill or glassmaking skill, depending on what material you make those out of. But the animal traps, those actually take the trapping skill. And I would like for to have a workshop of each up here for the to make the animal traps. Now the wood animal traps I have done a bit of trapping with in my early worlds, and I had like hamsters chewing out their way out of the traps. I don't know if the cave spiders can get out or other vermin, but the hamsters can definitely get out of the wood traps. So I had to do metal animal traps for those. So I am gonna that's what one of those steel anvils is for, is to make a permanent workshop here that we can set up. It's the trapping skill, so we want to set someone who has the trapping skill to those workshops to make those. That being said, honestly, I think this stockpile is going to get repainted so I can do the workshops here at the bottom. Repaint, so we'll just make this one a little bit bigger and go smaller in that direction. Honestly, I'm going to make this a big stockpile. Potentially, we could wind up having a lot of caged animals here. So I'm going to hit accept. We may wind up breaking it up, kind of as we get like a lot of dogs, have a separate stockpile for the dogs, or, we'll kind of see. So a workshop that we're going to add is we are going to add a carpenter. This one I'm not going to make out of wood, I don't think. I think we'll do sort of a more colorful block here. Or am I going to make it out of wood? You know what? I will make it out of wood. Let's do the cashew log. And then we have to wait to make the metalsmith's forge for the traps. Okay. Now we did have, I'm just going to come in and double check all of our dogs. Okay. So, well, I'm gonna check the birds. This kind of looks like we've got a few more birds here. Oh, look. Yeah, we definitely got a second batch of birds. Okay, nice. There's more females. Just checking through all the birds. I'm just scrolling kind of quickly, just kind of checking. It is a lot of males. There's another, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to come in. We're going to allow access to the door here. We're going to let those birds grow up. And by allowing the access now, we can start collecting eggs that they can cook. But I think we had one more nest box made, which we are going to come in. Yeah, we did. Nice. Now we're going to have a lot more female birds, and I think the nest boxes, it's just one. Okay, nest box is unclaimed. So this one's been claimed by that particular peacock. Tame. Which I wonder if that's this peacock, since she's at the nest box. This one is at this nest box. I wonder if that's one that she's claimed. I think they can only be claimed by one bird, so that's kind of why we have larger. In my previous worlds, I've gone with a much smaller bird area, but I wanted to be able to have a few more nest boxes and have them spread out so they're not quite so the birds aren't quite so crowded around those nest boxes. So a lot of that we're going to deal with as the birds grow up. But I am going to come down to our crafts here. We're going to do work order. And we're going to get some nest boxes made. Nest box. Rock nest. See here. Microline, we do have 101. So I'm going to go ahead and make 10 microline nest boxes. And we're just going to get some more made. We do have the shells there. The bones I'm not going to touch. But the shells, I'm going to come in. I'm going to come over to labor. I'm going to come down to crafting and see if we have any bone crafters. Skilled weaver. So our broker is a stone crafter and a novice wood crafter. Our militia commander is a skilled weaver. Is that all we have? That is all we have for the crafting. And a lot of our fishery workers were getting into other industries, but not in the crafting. All right, well, I think we're going to have our broker assigned here as well. And we'll get him a little bit of experience with the bone crafting is what it is. The shells are. We're going to come in. So material is going to be shell here. And we're going to do shell crafts. And we're going to set that on repeat. I think we are going to come in. We'll do a work order for 10 more cut gems. This was our manager here, which I'm fine with. We are going to come down to our wood floor. We are going to come into labor to our woodworking, and we are gonna add the woodcutter, but then we're gonna make some changes here. Here on all of our work order carpenter shops, I'm going to up the skill required to talented. So yes, that way, I forget which of our, who do we have assigned here? Our bookkeeper. So our bookkeeper is almost legendary in the skill, and for right now, he'll still be the only one coming down and doing all of our work orders. But I want, for the stuff that we have the work order set up for, I want for us to be able to get high quality stuff out of those work orders. And we're doing that kind of on purpose here. And then we're going to come over and we're going to assign our woodcutter right here to make a few of our crossbows. We'll just set up a work order for crossbows. Do I want 10? You know what? Yeah, we'll have him make 10. We're going to come up to the surface. He does have wood cutting to do as well, which is fine. Our grazing, they did finish off the walls. Okay. So, let's see, what do I have the mining here set to? We do have the mining there set to a 2, and I'm fine with them digging that out. This is going to be our stone floor. I'm going to start setting up some mining. Just double checking we've got food and social. Yes, okay. So stone is this floor. Which actually we're going to set we'll set the stone floor to a 2. I'm fine with this being a 2 as well. All right. Now, the stone floor, I am actually going to set up more similarly to what I did in my Respect Planks world. I like that setup much better. What I did in my Dwarf Fortress Season 1, there's nothing wrong with it. I just, for rock block projects and managing sort of what materials stuff gets made out of, I like this setup much better. So, let's see here. We are going to come off this direction. This is going to be a bigger hallway. Actually, no. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. Okay, you know what? We're going to not have that be a hallway at all. Okay, so the hallway, we're going to have kind of go like this. It's going to need to be so 3, and then, okay. Come on. Reason being is I am going to be setting up workshops in the middle here, and I want there to be a bit of a walkway on either side of the workshops. Okay. On the south side here, actually here on this side, we're going to do 6 by 11. So this is going to be, we'll be able to set up 5 by 3 stockpile for rock blocks. and then the rest of it will be a stockpile for the boulder of that same color. The 5x3 reason being is one bin of rock blocks can hold 10 rock blocks. So if we do 5x3, that's 15 bins times 10 is 150 rock blocks, which this is a stockpile for one of the boulders that we sort of have less of. And 150 rock blocks of a boulder we don't have a ton of is kind of a lot. And then this entire line, the sixth line here, is just simply for a walkway for the dwarves. Okay, so then we're going to come over, we're going to do 6x11. We're going to come over, we're going to do 6x11. Now on the north side, 6x11, come over, we'll do 6x11. We'll do 6x11. We are going to set up one of these, we'll have sort of our general rock blocks. And I think we're actually going to have 6x11 here. This one will set it up for so the metal ores we can buy in block form from the traders as they come in. I have yet to figure out how to craft those in the fortress. I don't know if it's possible. But so those will kind of have sort of a separate stockpile here, and then like the clay bricks for right now can go in a separate stockpile here. We will have a permanent stockpile set up eventually for all the clay stuff, but for right now I'm going to set up a temporary stockpile for that stuff here. And then we'll have one that'll have like a sort of a general, here's all of our stone. I can show you when I set it up. I don't need to explain it. And then I think we'll do a few more on a lower priority here. 6x11. Six by 11. So this will be enough for, so 2 are general stockpiles, and then that's enough for 5 colors. I'm going to come up and check at our stone workshop really quick. We'll just set up rock block, and then I'm going to come in and kind of check. So it looks like we have 4 that we're going to dig bigger stockpiles for, and then we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which are we honestly just don't have a ton of those 9. So I think that's more than enough. We're going to come down. And then we're going to go I think 10 by 15. Let me think for a second here. If we go 9 by 5, it's 45, which is 450 blocks. But I want the stockpile to be bigger. Okay, so we're going to come down like another 5. Okay. And I can do the rock blocks at the top and then have the stockpile come down, and I can always dig further down to make the stockpile. So that is 10 by 20. Okay. And we're going to do 4 of that size. 4 of that size. By 20. And yes, this is a large amount of digging for this early, but I am kind of in need of some rock blocks for some projects. And in some of my early worlds, I kind of waited to set up my stockpiles. And it wound up being a lot for my dwarves to kind of move all the rock blocks later. So that's something that I do like to set up kind of early. All right. There is space for various workshops in here, and then we are going to up here, we are going to do, let's see, if we do 12 by 12, that is 4 times 3. I think we'll do 15 by 12. That can always be made bigger. Okay, this is going to be for specific workshops. So the workshops that I assign are Stonecrafter 2, that I assign are, and we may wind up getting more Stonecrafters. Those workshops will be in here. The ones that we assign are stone furniture guys too. That's going to be in here. And like our expedition leader has the need sometimes to craft an object, well, we'll make sure that he's got a workshop in this area. These are for the specific dwarves, and then I am going to set up one specifically for like kind of coffins and slabs. And then, see, there are 4 different colors: 5 by 3, 5 by 6, 5 by 9. Okay, could do another 5 by 9 with a walkway. Okay, so those are for specific stockpiles for slabs that I'm going to have set up as those slabs will always be there. I'm trying to think here. I could set up the workshop here for the slabs, and then okay, so this is all slabs they're slab related. And then start with a 12 by 12. No, that's just not going to be big enough. 12 by 18 for stone furniture. And these can be dug out at a 3. They don't have to be dug out quite so early. All right. And yes, we will have space down here for bedrooms and for guild halls. And honestly, I'm going to come in and check out our mining labor. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 people assigned to mining, as well as our stoneworker is a miner. So we may actually be getting a guild hall somewhat soon, which is perfect. We can come in and there will be space for that down here. I think we'll come down and do bedrooms in the bottom right, and then guild hall stuff will be sort of bottom left. And then that leaves us a space going both left and right to expand for stockpile stuff. Okay, so that being said, we have stone floor. This is the metal floor. I'm not going to plan the metal floor out right now. And then we have crafting, crafting. Just double checking. So 29. So metal is 30. No, 28. We have crafting on 27 and 26. And then we have an engineering floor. We have a gel floor. We have a tomb floor. Okay. This we are going to set up at a 1. I do not plan on any dwarves dying, but wood cutting is dangerous. The trees can topple on and kill dwarves if we're not careful in how we do the wood cutting. It can also injure the woodcutter themselves. And then we're in a biome with giant creatures, and we've had 2, I think, kind of major injuries from that already. So I think, and this, we will have them dig out later, potentially. And we will do sort of a six by 6. Have them do sort of a fancier shaped temple. We'll have this be a general temple, so that they have a general temple to go to on the tomb floor. But like I said, that can be just a lower priority. But I wanted to have the shape in, so as we come down this direction. Now the temple does need value for the wall, so we'll come down like that. And we're just doing 3 by 3. We don't need a lot of space in the tombs. And we're just going to get 6 dug for now. And we'll come down to 4 and sort of finish off the row here and just get 10 in the row. Okay, perfect. And then nobles, they are going to have some fancier tombs. We do have 7 nobles now, with the sheriff being added. I feel like that we do need to get these dug, but I'm going to get them dug at a 3 priority. So there's the 7. And there's the 7. Okay. I'm actually going to come down 1, 1. And we're going to get 7, or we'll get 8 dug so that we've got them. All right. And yes, I do plan on doing something fancier with their tombs, but I think initially we'll just get some basic coffins in their tombs so that they are set up in case something happens. There we go. Okay. And then as we do our more permanent setup, we can come in and remove the tomb or the sarcophagus. And then as soon as we have this stuff set up here, we will actually hit play and let them get some digging done. Okay. That being said, let's do that. And we will come in like this. And then three. Alright. Then on a 4, we'll have them to another row here. This will be for the pet tombs. Okay. We are going to come up. Oh, we do need to actually set up a couple more things. I think work order. Okay, yeah, we did set a work order for beds. They're still working on some bolts here. I did want to come in and look at other and see sort of what we have. Sparrow, woman, and man. I think that is not in the caverns. Okay. That is new for me. I don't know if those are hostile or not. Interesting. Okay. What else do we have? The tigerfish. We do have a visiting mace man. Which, if we didn't already get the petition for them, I'm guessing we will. Okay. So we don't really have anything else going on. I think we're just going to hit play. So we are setting up for the prepared meals for the visitor when they come. Now we've set, I believe, the priority on the woodcutting is a 1. Yeah, it's a 1 right here. We do have a couple of herbalists now. Okay, I think we're going to come in and lay down. We'll lay down gabbro here, flooring, assuming we have enough. Gabbro block. Oh, we do not. Okay. Nice. He's getting. Now this is kind of dangerous as people are coming in and out. This is actually very dangerous. Okay, nice. He's going to get the last one chopped here. Perfect. Okay, we're going to pause. We do have construction. We are going to do a wall here. Microlane blocks. Nice. I'm going to do a wall. We're going to keep building. We'll do here out of microlane blocks. Keep building here out of microlane blocks. We will tell them to build this one in the corner, top priority, make sure that one gets built. We will come up, do channeling on a 1 priority and have them finish channeling these 2 blocks right here. Oops. So they can come You know what? We need to have them chop one more tree. We're going to get the trade depot sort of over here. And actually, that tree needs to come down too. Okay. Let me check our gathering. That's in our gathering. So we're going to click on this. And we're going to remove that chunk from the gathering. And actually, we'll just remove kind of this chunk over here and have them come out over there. Okay. I'll hit play. Construction floor. Let's see. So Gabra we don't have much of, but we might have, where's our dacite blocks? We do have 28 dacite blocks. I am going to get them started on the dacite here. And nice, we're dug out. I will pause here. And we're going to set up a barracks for our... It will be the captain of the guard, which is, so that's how I'm going to label it. But this is, so the lanterns of kindling can train here, and I'm going to have them store their gear here as well. Barracks, captain, guard. And then we will do an archery range. For our lanterns of kindling, make sure that the direction is correct. Arch, range, captain, guard. We will have them come in and build an archery target. This is going to be out of not andesite, allanite. We'll do top priority on. We are going to come down and have... oh, I did not mean to leave that on. We're going to hit work orders here, and we're going to do 10 armor stands. We're going to do 10 weapon racks. We'll do 10 coffers. All of these are going to be out of allanite. And we are going to get that barracks furnished. And actually, we'll do an additional work order on, we'll make 10 more beds here. And just coming down to check. Yeah, they are getting. And actually, we're going to set this as a view. I'm going to pause real quick. This is going to be... So F3 I like to be my planting. Barracks we have on F5. Yeah, F6. 2, 4. That being said, we do need to come back up, and we're actually going to do another... We're going to do some coffins out of some different colors here. We'll do 8. So we're going to do 2 out of allanite. We'll do 2 out of microline. We'll do 2 out of gabbro. Did one too many. We'll do 2 out of dacite. And then we need 4 doors. Out of allanite for our barracks. 4. Now, yes, the allanite barracks, we're going to be able to completely furnish. We're going to have to wait until we get more kimberlite before we can completely furnish that one. But, so now we can come down and sort of check their progress. This is kind of the last of the number 1 mining. And we do have several miners. Okay. So a little bit of stone carving. We're going to get just a little bit carved here. And actually we'll get the wall here. And then set the rest of the smoothing here to a 4. The reason being is I want those prepped. Okay, we'll do smoothing. We're just going to do the upper 6. Where they're going to place the coffin. And then when we actually have the death, is when we'll have them come in and finish smoothing the rest of the tomb. Okay. I am going to leave it playing in a moment. I do just want to check our alerts here on the side. So we have make wooden bin is complete times 2. Dismiss. We have Esm has gained skill as a miner. Yay. Several masterpieces. So let's see our logum. So the bin, and then 2 a crown and a coffin. We do have a masterwork coffin. Okay. An animal has become a stray hunting dog. So the training has happened. Or stray hunting dog, they've grown up, one of the 2. I think the cage symbol means the, let's go check. Yep. So they've become they've received the training, and they've as you can see, regular dogs and the hunting dogs, they look different. Okay. Which means we can assign that hunting dog, and we will go in and do that. We have struck praise, and we have struck Micah. Let's go check that out. We struck Micah in the corner there. Okay. Micah is a pretty Yellowstone. And then we have cancels prepare raw fish, needs unrotten raw fish. Okay. They cancel forge steel anvil, needs 3 steel bars for the anvil. Okay. Times 2. So I thought it was just 1 for the anvil. Okay. Oh boy. So this, okay, we may need to just flat out ask for some steel anvils next time the trader comes. I have not noticed any fluxstone yet, so I don't think we can make the steel ourselves yet. And then farmer cancel spin thread, needs unrotten careful body. We did set up the permanent spinning work orders. Speaking of, I did actually want to set up another couple of things here. So we do have a couple of our spinners are assigned here. Let me come in to our farming labor and see. So we do have a competent spinner. I thought we had a novice spinner as well. Or was it just someone that we added to it? So Zasset and Mebzuth, I think, was our competent spinner. Let me come in and look at it through this screen. Gilder, novice spinner. So yeah, Zasset and Mebzuth. Okay. What I'm looking at here is I don't think we have anyone with the shearing skill. So let me come in and look at Zasset. He's a novice brewer, novice cook, novice spinner. I'm going to come in to labor and see workshops. Okay, we just have them set to that workshop. I think we're also going to set Zacet up as a shearer. So we'll come in, we'll grab Zacet. Work order, we are going to shear animal. 1, and we are going to restart if completed, checked daily, so that they can start. We do have the llamas. So Zacet is both going to shear the animals, and then he is going to also spin thread for us, so he can kind of be both. And then, so that was on this one. We will relabel it shearing shop. And then these other workshops, I'm actually going to come in and we're going to, I don't want folks coming in to do gelding that don't have skill in the gelding. So the unclaimed workshops we're going to come in and do on competent. So only like the gelders that have the competent skill can come in. Actually, we do need to set up a milker as well. So let's see here. Niche we have set up on the still. We have Kivish is set up on our kitchen. Ablel is hunting and herb gathering, kind of doing a bunch of other stuff. And then Mebzuth is set as a spinner. Let's go check out Mebzuth. He's also a novice tanner, novice brewer, yeah, dabbling gelder. So yeah, we want to make sure that those workshops are shut off. So Mebzuth, I think we'll actually also set up as a shearer. So we'll do that here. Mebzuth will set up as a shearer. Do the same thing here. I will do shear animal. We will do 1, come in, and we will restart if completed, check daily. Shearing workshop. Okay. We could start setting up the milking and cheese making as well, but I think we're just going to hold off on that. Oh, the tanners. Novice. I think we could. We do have a novice tanner in Mebzuth, so I think we're going to have him actually come in. And then novice on the tanning. So we don't want folks that don't have any skill in it coming in and doing our tanning. The butcher, let's go look and see if we have anybody. We do have a novice butcher in Ablel. I don't really want to limit the butchering. I want them to be able to come in and butcher. As we get folks that have skill in the butcher trade, we'll limit that. But for right now, with hunting, they can bring them down here and do that. All right, so here we're going to come in and we're going to see, which I don't think we're going to see. Yeah, we don't see the trapper here, the trapper skill. So I'm going to come in to our animal labor and look at it through that. So the animal care. We have a novice animal trainer, novice animal caretaker, and then Arish is an adequate animal trainer. So, okay, I don't think we need to assign anybody to it, actually. That being said, I think we'll do a work order for, oh, we need the wooden cages, not the, which that we can do on the animal floor. Wooden cage. Yeah, we'll just have to make 10 wooden cages, so we've got some cages available. All right. And we're going to hit play and see what's happening. And actually, you know what? We're going to shortly have them be doing a lot of hauling. So I'm going to do 10 more wheelbarrows as well. And then just a couple of individual step ladders. Now I'll come up and see. Okay, yeah, he's doing his crafting, which should, let's check on Olan. He did have the unmet need to craft, which has been met now. He is a dabbling voyeur. He is a dabbling wound dresser. We could set him to orderlies, which I think I'm going to do, so that we have somebody else besides our chief medical dwarf doing something. All right, nice. They did finish setting up our furniture there. Okay, we're going to come down. So the smoothing, let me come in and see labor-wise. Our expedition leader is also mining. And our other guy, yeah, okay. So the smoothing is just going to take a second, and that's fine. They are starting to dig out this floor, which is nice. They're slowly getting this floor dug out. And I think we'll set up a couple of wood burners here. Once they have... Nice. Okay, so... Pause. I'm going to come in to our stocks, actually. Okay. And come down to boulders and check out what we have for boulders. Gabbro, andesite. We have a lot of similar colors there. Slate, we're starting to get more. Garnerite, okay, copper, galena, type tetrahedrite, kimberlite, railgar, orpiment, ilmenite, and rutile are kind of some cool colors. Pyrrhosite, olivine. I'm kind of curious about like the clay boulders if we have any. It is just those. So the sandy clay, I'm curious if we can actually collect the clay if we set up a collection zone. I'm not sure. This being said, I'm just going to make clay bricks on repeat. And I think we have enough charcoal for that. Okay, so that being said, with the steel, the fact that we don't have enough bars for the anvil, I think we're actually, if that's the case, we're going to switch out to our weaponsmith and make a couple of weapons. So we'll come down to Mistum since he's got nothing else to do right now, and we will do weapons and ammunition. We'll come down to steel. I'm going to do a crossbow. I'm going to do 2 crossbows. Assuming it takes 1 bar per. Let's find out. And I'm actually going to watch. So he brought steel, he brought the charcoal. And he's at, I think he's making it now. Yep, steel crossbow. Nice. And steel bars. Okay, so nice. So we've got a couple of crossbows. We're gonna do... Come on, broker. Our broker is kind of busy doing other stuff here. but we're starting to get kind of a lot of shells, so I'm wanting him to do a little bit of that. And there's our artifact bucket. Okay. I'm going to leave it playing while they dig, and I'm going to start setting some things up here in the bottom corner. So this is going to be sort of beds. I come in, we're going to do furniture, beds, do wood, core quality, low quality is what we're doing. Do wood, bed, low quality. We'll do furniture, bed, wood, exceptional, exceptional, wood, bed, exceptional, command will do beds, do wood, this is masterwork, masterwork, wood, bed, masterwork. I will set up the stockpile for beds of all quality. Of the other materials. We'll uncheck wood there, and then we'll do all quality except for artifacts, all quality except for artifacts. I'm not expecting anything to go here. Other all quality. We are in the corner going to set up, as soon as we get the andesite, we'll set up a jeweler there. And then in the corner, and we'll leave a little bit of space. This is going to be bed. And here we can do all on the materials. We'll do all on quality, artifact, shut off. All on quality, but shut off the artifact. This is bed encrusted, and I'm going to shut it off. So when we click that button, toggle whether the stockpile can take items from anywhere or only from specific workshops. We shut it off so it can only take from a specific workshop. That'll be the jeweler that we set up here. We'll link to the stockpile once we have that. Okay, over here we are going to set up some workshops down here. So this, we'll do the carpenter. This we will do Rambutan. And then we will do a glass furnace here as well. This we will do out of cobaltite. And then again, we'll set up a jeweler down here as well. This is going to be 332. I think we're going to do slightly bigger. We will come in, this is furniture, display cases, which I believe are, yeah, display cases are other large tools. This is going to be wood, core quality, this is low quality, low quality. I'm going to shut this off. Display case, low quality. Oops. And this is wood. Display case, low quality. here we'll have exceptional, furniture, other large tools. This is wood. Core quality will be exceptional. Exceptional. Shut it off. Wood. Display case. Exceptional. This will be wood display case, which is other large tool. Wood. We will do masterwork. We will do masterwork. Shut it off. This is wood display case masterwork. And then we will do a couple of, we'll do a small stockpile here that will have the actually, I don't think we need to do this stockpile, so I'm going to delete that one. But we will do sort of like that. We'll come in, we'll do display case. So this is other large tool. Wood. We're going to do all but artifact. All but artifact. Shut this one off as well. And this is display case and crest. And then we are also going to do a sandbag display case, or stockpile here. So this is going to be sandbags. Other materials, I am going to enable leather, plant cloth, silk, and yarn. I don't know if those are the materials the bag can be made out of. I don't know if those have to be enabled for the sandbags to go here. All but artifact. All but artifact. Sandbag. Wood. And we're actually going to come back up and we are going to remove this stockpile so they can move the sandbags. And we'll come down and we're going to set up a stockpile for glass. Come in furniture, come down to windows. And this is specifically going to be green glass. All but artifact. All but artifact. The reason being is the glass in the display case does not, according to my research, contribute to the value of the display case. So green glass is the lowest value of the glass. So we don't want to use our higher value glasses if it's not going to contribute to the value of the display case. And as far as I know, the quality of the glass does not contribute to the display case either. Which is why I'm doing all qualities. So this is green glass window. We're going to come up. We will do a temporary stockpile here for furniture, for windows. This is going to be for the clear and crystal glass windows, and then quality all, but artifact. And this is glass. Because we are shutting those things off from here. So furniture, sandbags should already be, yeah, sandbags are already removed. We're going to come down, we're going to remove windows. Other large tools are already removed here. When we go to actually make display cases, we'll just have to make sure to shut off the step ladder, and then we can turn that back on after we make the display cases. Okay. And then this is going to be a stockpile for the pretty woods. So we're going to come in to wood, and we are going to do cap. So all of the caps. We'll do spore. We'll do blood, thorn, and I'm actually going to come up and click on, oh, what is there? This piano made out of? This is tunnel 2. Okay. So we'll add tunnel tube here as well. Tunnel tube. I think that's everything. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to remove those items. So cap, none, tunnel, tube, none, and bloodthorn, none. So those are all, as far as I know, underground woods. Those are the colors that I really, really like. I don't want those being used for like wood burning or sort of our buckets and barrels and bins and things. I want to use those prettier woods for other things. And then we're going to label this pretty wood. Alrighty. And let's hit play and just kind of watch. Now, our broker does not have a lot of skill in the bone crafting. They're probably dabbling now. Yeah, dabbling bone carver, dabbling bookbinder. So it's going to take them a little while. But just like in the stone crafting, they will gain skill doing all these shell crafts. Alright. And let's check out how our work orders are coming for the food. Seems to be going pretty well. We still have room with the buckets. I wish they would move those. We do still have quite a bit of drink, but I think I am going to come in and have them brew drink from fruit. Just get the fruit brewed. Gonna pause real quick, check out our notifications on the left. We have Locum Sword Dwarf is visiting. I'm assuming that's what the petition is. We have several masterpieces. Wood bin, wood cage, bed, wood bin. I would be very surprised if our bookkeeper is legendary. So they're a legendary carpenter now. We're going to be getting a lot of high quality wood furniture and bins and stuff. Mistum and Vukar have both gained skill as one is a stone carver, one is a miner. Which I'm curious. So Mistum is an accomplished stone carver. That's our guy working on all of our stone furniture. Okay, nice. And we have wooden bin. Work order has been complete. Shear animal has been completed ×4. Spin thread has been completed ×22. Crossbow has been completed. So the shear and spin animals, we have those work orders set up daily, and if completed, they'll restart. So it's a repeating work order. That being said, here before spring starts, I think I'm gonna check. I think we have. Yeah, we're starting to get a lot of cloth. I'm gonna go ahead and set up. We'll do a pair of cloth socks. We'll do some yarn shoes here. And we will do gloves. Do some silk gloves here. And I think we're going to do 5 on each of these. So folks can come and grab some replacement clothing. Now we did get all of that leather. So backpacks, we have quivers. How many quivers? I don't think we have very many quivers. I think I'm going to tell them to make a couple of quivers, a couple of backpacks. Quiver, quiver, and then we'll do a work order for some leather water skins. We'll just do 5 because I think that it makes 3, so that'll be 15. Okay, we have more masterpieces. Some more work orders have been completed. Lots of different gems have been struck. Spin thread has been completed. We have, let's see, they canceled prepare fish. They need to unrotten fish. They are still canceling the steel anvil. Do I need to come check? Or did I just not? They cancel spin. They need unrotten. Yeah, okay. So we're going to start seeing a lot of the spinning and shearing canceling as they have no creatures. So also come in. We're going to do totem. Make totem on repeat. I'm going to come in to the stockpile over here. I don't know if we enabled totems. I don't think we did. We did not. So I am going to make a little totem stockpile here. Except we're going to do finished goods. We're going to do totems. I'll just enable all materials. I don't think that totems can be made out of other stuff, but maybe they can. We'll do all quality except for artifact. We'll do all quality except for artifact. Color, all, undyed and dyed. Totems. We'll come up and remove totems from the all stockpile here. So finished goods come down to totems. Alright, and we're going to hit play. And then we do have a petition for eradicating monsters. Yep, we're going to deny. Okay. We're going to come up, we're going to check out what's happening up here. And actually looking at it, don't think we do want to do Dossite on the floor here. There's not as much of a contrast for the floor. Okay, so that being said, I'm actually going to come in and on 1 priority, we're going to have them remove that flooring. Because we're going to do Gabbro blocks, only 14. Okay, so we're just going to have to wait to get this, the floor in here. But construction, we can do wall. We can do, this is microline blocks. We'll have them come do the far one first. We'll at least have them do that little bit of floor right there. That being said, I'm going to come in and dirt road. We are going to dirt road this whole thing so that we don't get any new trees growing. Now that we have the trees cut down, we want those to stay cut down. Resume construction. Okay. And we're going to come down and check out. Very nice. So now that we do have this workshop completed, we are going to have it spit out into multiple here. We're going to have it spit out into these three. We'll select done for now. Once we actually do have some of the pretty wood, we can have it linked to that stockpile directly. We are going to assign our legendary carpenter here, and this is our display case. Workshop. That being said, I will do top priority here. That. We don't have a glass maker, I don't think. We don't have that many craft dwarfs yet, so that and our bookkeeper is being kept pretty. Or is it our broker? I think it's our broker. He's being kept pretty busy with what we do have him doing. Okay, and accept. Nice. All right, so now we're going to come down and kind of see what they're doing here. They are digging this out. I don't really want this episode getting any longer, so I think we will carry on with what's happening on this floor in the next episode. But nice. I do see as they're digging it out, we do have, like, here's the Hershey Kiss shape on the gem. And then we do have some gems that have 3 prongs here. So those are some more valuable gems. And that looks like a rhodolite cluster. Very cool. This is a Mulani. If you enjoyed the episode, please thumbs up it. If you enjoy what I'm producing, please subscribe to the channel. We will see you next episode.